Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park in St. Augustine, Florida is a waterfront historic site where you can drink from the legendary spring, see Temucua and Spanish colonial exhibits, and explore grounds tied to the city's 1565 origins.
Let's go! Hi!
There's an old cannon right there. Look at it.
Wow.
It's all corroded.
Something!
It's really, really old. What? A cannon is a big, heavy, tube-shaped machine that uses an explosion from gunpowder to shoot a ball or shell a long distance. People used cannons long ago in battles and on ships to knock down walls or defend forts.
Look, the male ones and the female. The female have the beautiful feathers.
The male ones have the beautiful feathers.
Oh, I thought the female one.
A peacock is a male peafowl, a large bird known for its huge, colorful tail feathers that it fans out like a shiny rainbow to impress females and scare predators. Female peafowl are called peahens. Babies are pea chicks. The tail display is called a train and has eye-like spots. Peacocks make loud calls and can fly short distances even with big tails.
There's a hole in the leaf.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You need a hole in the...
Hello. I found a feather. A feather. It's very... It's so fluffy. Another feather. Oh, look how tall it is.
A feather is a soft, light covering on a bird's body. Feathers help birds fly, stay warm, stay dry, and show colors to communicate.
I caught a lizard. Oh, it looks like it's playing dead. Oh, wow. Oh, Leo, let's see if you catch it.
A lizard is a small reptile with scaly skin, usually has 4 legs and a long tail. Lizards are cold-blooded, so they warm up by sitting in the sun.
Come on. Woohoo! This is the Fountain of Youth Spring House. Wow! Let's go! Fantastic!
It says it's spring water. Tell me, how does it taste? Is it refreshing?
Yeah.
Is it cold?
Not really. I taste all the minerals.
They arrived in 1565 and helped establish the first settlement in St. Augustine, Florida.
Wow, look! Metal helmet. What's it?
A metal helmet is a strong head covering made of metal that protects your head from hits, falling things, or sparks. Oh, that's to blow air. None in there to make the fire go stronger. Fireplace bellows are a hand tool that helps a fire burn brighter. You hold the 2 handles, squeeze them together, and a burst of air rushes out of the nozzle into the fire and gives it more oxygen. A fireplace is a special place in a house where people safely make a small fire to keep warm and sometimes toast yummy treats. Firewood is cut wood that people burn in a fireplace, fire pit, or wood stove to make heat and sometimes use it for cooking. A broom is a cleaning tool with a long handle and bristles at one end. You use it to sweep dust and crumbs into a pile so floors can stay clean.
Look, I put this feather inside of the flower.
A flower is the colorful part of a plant that helps it make seeds. Flowers attract bees, butterflies, and other helpers with their bright colors and smells.
Asha, look at Asha. It looks like a peacock. And I found it. That's honey.
Nectar.
That's nectar. It's very spiky. And it hurts. Look, let's go in that building. Let's go, guys. I wonder, What's inside?
Wait, don't go anywhere. Please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so we can make more fun videos.
Look, there's paintings.
It shows the introduction of European culture and religion to the Native Americans.
These black things, look at them. It looks like berries are gonna grow on it. Let's go on this native plant. Ha! Oh, these are mandarins, it says.
Orange, they're like little oranges. A mandarin orange is a small, sweet citrus fruit with a thin, easy to peel skin. Inside, it splits into juicy segments you can eat one by one.
Oh, look, a green lizard on them. The lizard is green. Wow! The lizard is green. A green lizard. Look at the shampoo ginger. Oh, it's full of water. Oh, let me wash my hands with it. Oh, it smells like ginger.
Use it instead of soap and shampoo.
We found beauty berries right over there. They look not really edible, but they're actually edible. But they don't taste so good.
Beautyberry is a shrub that grows bright purple berry clusters along its branches in late summer and fall. The berries look like tiny bead necklaces of the plant, and birds love to eat them.
Cactus! It's very
They're sharp.
A prickly pear is a desert cactus with flat, paddle-shaped pads and lots of spines. It grows bright flowers and makes sweet, colorful fruits called tunas.
I found a flower.
Cassia is the name for several tropical shrubs and trees that have bright yellow butterfly-like flowers and long bean-shaped pods. Palm tree berries are the small fruits that grow in big hanging clusters on some palm trees. They can be yellow, orange, red, purple, or black, and many have a hard seed inside.
Honeysuckle!
Oh, these are not honeysuckles. Oh, from far away they look like honeysuckles, but they're not.
Look what I found!
Turk's cap mallow is a bushy plant with bright red flowers that look like a tiny turban or hat. The petals stay curled instead of opening wide, and a little tube sticks out where hummingbirds sip nectar. It's also known as sleeping hibiscus because the flowers never open up.
Hello!
Hey, pigeons! Pidgey. Why is there so much pigeons?
A pigeon is a medium-sized bird that often lives in cities and parks. It has a short beak, a plump body, and shiny neck feathers that can look purple or green. Pigeons make soft cuckoo sounds.
Oh no, I think it's gonna bite me if I come close. Look at it. It's in biting position. Oh, look how long the feathers on the back. Look, a British anchor from the 1770s.
A boat anchor is a heavy tool tied to a rope or chain that you lower into the water so it grabs the bottom and keeps the boat from drifting away. What material is it made out of? What material?
Wood!
All made out of wood, and look at the ceiling. It's made of some kind of dry plants.
This looks cool. This is very cool.
Wood is the hard material that makes up the trunks, branches, and roots of trees. People use wood to build, make furniture, make paper, and to burn for heat.
Oh, look at the different fruits they ate.
Look at the natives. They ate so the natives ate different kinds of foods. From plants, they ate maize, which is corn, hickory nuts that grow on trees and kind of look like acorns, persimmons, which is a fruit, vegetable legumes, which is different kind of beans, cabbage palm, and wild grapes. For meat, they caught and hunted for rabbits, black bears, wild turkey, white-tailed deer, sea turtles, land tortoise, a type of turtle, alligator, and snakes. And from fish, they went fishing for catfish, Atlantic croaker, sharks, Atlantic bumper, drums, mullet, flounder, and sea trout. How interesting.
Let's check out the huts that they made.
A hut is a small, simple shelter made from natural materials like wood, sticks, grass, leaves, or mud. People build huts to have a dry, shady place to live or rest or even store things.
These are the different tools that they use. Look at arrow and bow and arrow and stuff.
A bow and arrow is a tool for shooting. The bow is a curved stick with a string, and the arrow is a light stick with a sharp tip and feathers on the back. You will pull the string, let go, and the arrow flies.
And turtle share. Look, they made an axe out of rock and a stick. Oh, yeah, it's a shark mouth because look at the teeth.
An axe is a heavy cutting tool with a sharp metal head and a strong handle. People use axes to chop wood or split logs.
Wow.
A turtle shell is the turtle's hard, bony coat that protects its body like built-in armor. It has a top and a bottom joined along the sides. A shark egg is a leathery pouch that holds a baby shark while it grows. Many shark egg cases wash up on beaches and are called mermaid purses. A spear thrower is a hand tool that helps you throw a spear much farther and faster. It works like a long lever. You put the back end of the spear on a little hook, swing your arm, and the tool flips the spear forward. Pottery is art and objects made from clay that are shaped by hand or on a potter's wheel, then baked in a hot oven to become hard.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
That is known as a mermaid's purse, and it's a shark egg. That's a piece of pottery. We made it from clay off Anastasia Island. That's what Timucuan pottery would look like.
Wow, look at it. Oh, look at the mommy and the baby.
Unlock, please.
Wow. Look, there's different seashells.
A seashell is the hard outer house of a sea animal like a snail, clam, or scallop. The animal makes the shell and lives inside it. When the animal dies or moves out, the empty shell can wash up on the beach.
Right now, we're looking for gold, silver, shark teeth, different kinds of, what else do we have? Rocks, yeah, Milana. Yeah! Well done!
Gold is a shiny yellow metal that doesn't rust. People use it for jewelry, coins, and tiny parts in electronics. Rocks are solid natural pieces of earth made of one or more minerals. We use rocks for building, for roads, and for decorations. Shark teeth are the hard, pointy teeth sharks use to grab and eat food. Old shark teeth can fall out and become fossils you might find on the beach.
Look, a tooth! Is this a shark tooth? Oh, a piece of gold! Oh no, this is a seashell. I found another shark tooth! Look at this shark tooth! It's so cool and sharp! Ow! Milan, are you doing good over here? Milan, I think you got a tooth somewhere there inside.
Silver is a bright, shiny gray metal that conducts heat and electricity very well. People use it for jewelry, coins, and wires.
Guys, I found the tooth.
You found the shark tooth?
Yeah. Look what Leo found! this? Oh, that's so cool. Leo, you had an amazing job.
A nail is a small metal fastener with a pointy tip and a flat head. You hammer it into wood to hold pieces together, like when building a birdhouse or fixing a fence.
Look at this big boat.
A boat is a vehicle that floats on water and carries people or things across lakes, rivers, and oceans. Boats can move with oars, sails, and wind or a motor. An older pulley system is a set of wheels with grooves and a rope that people long ago used to lift heavy things with less effort. When you pull the rope, the wheels change the direction of your pull and can share the weight so the load feels lighter.
Look, we're gonna go on this tower.
The Fountain of Youth Watchtower is a tall, wooden lookout at the park in St. Augustine, Florida. People climb it to see far over the water and land, just like early settlers would have done to spot ships, smoke, or danger and to signal others.
Let's go on the Fountain of Youth Riverwalk.
Founders Riverwalk is a wooden walkway by the water at the Fountain of Youth Park in St. Augustine, Florida.
Look, there is grass growing in the water.
Grass growing in the water usually is marsh grass or seagrass, which are plants that live with their roots in mud or sand and their stems in shallow water. They help protect shorelines, clean the water, and give food and hiding places to fish, crabs, birds, and tiny sea creatures.
Let's go.
A blacksmith is a craftsperson who heats metal in a very hot forge and then hammers, bends, and shapes it on an anvil to make useful things like horseshoes, tools, hinges, and nails.
Look, this is a blacksmith shop.
A blacksmith shop is a workplace where a blacksmith heats metal in a forge and then hammers, bends, and shapes it on an anvil to make things like horseshoes, tools, hinges, and nails.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Forge. My name's Geronimo. Hi. Behind me is our blacksmith, Colin. And beside him is our newest apprentice, Mike. Everybody say, hi, Colin. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Colin. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, but right now you're stuck with me, so the joke's on you, ain't it? That folks, we're going to be talking about 16th century blacksmith and the Panama founder, Pedro Menendez. Now, I'm going to cut straight to the point, y'all. The blacksmith here in St. Augustine during the Menendez expedition in 1565 wasn't making any of that Hollywood hokey-pokey blacksmith stuff you see on TV. And what I mean by saying this is, I'm going to make a wager. Last time y'all saw a blacksmith on TV, he was making either a horseshoe or a sword, right?
Could be.
Yes. Now, do you know why this is? I'm glad you asked, ma'am. I was about to tell you. Now, the reason why is because that's all Hollywood knows about us. But the blacksmith here in St. Augustine during the Menendez expedition in 1565 wasn't making any of those things. First of all, there were no horses around. They didn't get here till later. And when they got here, they were walking on packed sand. There are no paved roads yet, so there's no need for horseshoes, is there?
Yeah.
Of course not. Now, as far as the swords go, keep in mind, we're talking about the Spanish military and the settlers coming to the New World. These are very dangerous times. They're going to make sure they are well equipped and well prepared as soon as they get here, so they brought all their sword weapons with them. Now, our job as blacksmith is far more important. We're here to help the settlers build the colonies. Now, to build a house, you need tools, don't you? But after a while, these tools begin to break. Guess who has to fix them?
Blacksmith.
Blacksmith. And if you can't fix it, they all know what we do.
No.
Duh. Yeah, we just make new ones. So that's just one of our jobs. Another one's equally as important. Well, let me ask, did they have such thing as a Home Depot or an Ace Hardware or a Lowe's back in those days? No, but you still need hardware to build a house, don't you? Now, where do you suppose they went to pick up all their supplies? Folks, we're the Home Depot around here. Oh. Well, no, I take that back. We're more like the Ace Hardware, if you know what I mean. Yes. Now, to make all this stuff, you do need raw material like iron. Do you have iron in Florida? No. Florida's one giant sandbar, ain't it? Yeah, there's no mountains around here. So we have to get the iron and steel shipped down here from Spain. Now we know on the first expedition they brought 8 tons of it with them. We didn't just bring our steel, we also brought all our tools with them as well. Now the most important piece of equipment in a blacksmith shop is... close. Forge. The top bar we call forge right here is the heart and soul of the entire operation. Without it, I can't get steel hot. I'll have to do the things I need to do to it. Without this forge, well, let's just say on a beautiful day like today, I'd rather be out fishing. I mean, come on, look. So close, it's so far. You see, y'all agree with me, I'm not the only one. On the forge, when I'm burning coal, just like iron, there's no coal deposits in Florida. So what I'm burning here is wood, charcoal. Now that doesn't mean you get to go home and try to make yourself a sword in your barbecue grill, alright boys? I see the twinkle in your eye, mister. I know what you're thinking. And that ain't gonna work out though, it doesn't get hot enough on the grill. The temperature there tops off between 600 and 700 degrees. That's because that fire is consuming the oxygen around it. Don't get me wrong, 700 is plenty hot to hurt someone real bad. But to a smith that is still very cold. And that's where the bellows come into play. As I pump on these bellows, I'm force feeding large quantities of oxygen to this fire here. With these bellows, I can reach temperatures of 2,500 degrees. Hey, you still think Florida gets hot? Welcome to our world. Now, this temperature, we do run the risk of melting steel. Keep in mind, not a foundry. You don't want to melt it here, you sure. But we want to get it hot enough to make it malleable. Because once it's malleable, it becomes squishy. And yes, squishy is a technical term here at the forge, okay? Yeah, because when it's squishy, that's when all the magic happens. I can take this piece of steel, I can cut it right in half. I can pull on it, stretch it out, flatten it out. I can hold to it, I can twist it, I can turn it, I can bend it, I can fold it, I can give you an example. I can stand right here, right now, and wave high to you with it. Watch this, ready?
Is it like big at the on the line?
Hi. Yeah, and I'm not worried about it breaking. Why? Because it's squishy. Now, in a 10-minute presentation, do I really have time to make you a samurai sword? No. This isn't like that TV show Forged in Fire. That's all Hollywood. Now what I can do, I can make you something that's still historically relevant to this park. As we know, the Fountain of Youth is an archaeological park. And oftentimes you get all these archaeologists that come out here and start working at dig sites and whatnot. And the one thing they will all agree on, the most common artifact found in places like this here. You can see they're much different from modern day nails. Your modern day nails are round, they are smooth. That's because they're made in factories using machines. They are cheating! But these are made by hand. So the way it works is you get steel hot enough to make it squishy. You lay it on the anvil, take a hammer, and just hammer away. And just smooth out the surface. The anvil's do the same work to the bottom. You're working on 2 sides at the same time. Give it a quarter turn. Repeat the process. Boom! 4 sides, forming a square nail. Now, the question is, can I make this nail round?
Yeah.
Of course I can. I'm a blacksmith. But that would take me extra time. And there's no need to fix it if it ain't broke. Is there? Ta-da! As you can see, square nails work just as good, don't they? Hey, some people might even say I just nailed it. You know? Hey, Mara. Hey, my jokes get worse, okay?
Oh, no.
You've been warned. Now, can anyone tell me what the temperature my forge is right now? Throw me a number, any number.
Oh.
1,300. 2,400.
Okay, 400, 1,300, 2,000. All right, now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. These are all really good guesses, but I have no idea. Okay, hey, in my defense, we don't work with thermometers here, okay? We adjust the temperature of the steel by the color it emits. As it becomes hotter, it becomes softer. It also becomes brighter in color. Now, we're all familiar with the term red hot, right? Okay, when was the last time someone told you not to touch it because it's orange? Oh, wait. You see? A little hotter, a little soft, a little brighter, you get orange hot. Next, yellow hot. Finally, white hot. Well, white hot, we're looking at melting temperatures. We don't want to go there, do we? Of course not. So, if yellow hot is too hot and red hot is too cold, what color are we looking for? Orange. I call it the Goldilocks color. Do y'all know why?
Just.
Because it's just right.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes.
So let's take a look what we got. A little bit brighter. So I'm gonna give you a few more pumps. Now I'm sure y'all see little fireflies flying around, right? They don't hurt.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say when I first started working here, My beard was down here.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's much cheaper than a barber. That's for sure. All right, let's take a look what we got. All right, nice and bright, just how we like it, right? I'll start by working my first two sides.
That's cool.
Forward to turn, next two sides. Go back my first two sides, and my average slightly, and start drawing out. As we'll take back and forth to get that point drawn out that I'm looking for. All right, so you have our nail, kind of. It's still too long, so now we cut it down to size using this upside down chisel known as a hardy. You stick it in the hardy hole, you pick the length you want, get 4 deep notches. Careful not to hit too hard. You don't want to cut it off just yet, because you will see my nail is still slightly warped. Make sure to straighten that out. So now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna scoot out these hammer marks, make sure it's nice and straight, nice and smooth.
So like,
Oh, I'm just being obnoxious now. Here you have it. Or a nail. Oh wait, I'm still missing something. What are we missing? Right around here. Head. I present to you the headless nail of St. Augustine. Happy Halloween, y'all.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The best, quickest, easiest way to put a head on a nail. Now you might not believe me when I say this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. The best, quickest, easiest way to put a head on a nail is you hit the nail on the head. I know, sounds like another bad joke, right? I'm not making this one up. Okay, so the way it works is you use a tool or device to hold the nail in place so it's still hot and squishy. Break it off with a notchstick, take the hammer, get the nail on the head. The nail ain't going nowhere, top squishes down, spreads outward, giving you the head to the nail. So for that, I'm gonna use my post spice here because it brings the action up higher. But wait a second. Did they have a post spice back in the 1500s?
yeah, I'm not going.
Not really. Believe it or not, the post spice has been around since the dark ages. Granted, back then they had different purposes for them. No, interrogations, you're extracting information. Torture, you're doing it for fun, you got some serious issues. Now, mister, if you're in danger, think twice. Run. Now, I gotta get my nail back to what color? Orange! Now, at this point, I have to be extra careful not to overheat the nail. Because if I do, I'll run the risk of nothing off point. And that'll just make things pointless, won't it?
Oh, man.
Feels bad.
Killing me.
Hey, I warned you. I warned all of y'all. I sure did. Ooh, almost here. There you go, nice and bright. I'll walk into my post spice, making sure leave plain material for the head. Nice and straight, nice and tight. Rip it off right, notched it, and then I hit the nail with on the head. Just like that. Well, we're not done yet. No. I'm about to show you the irony of a blacksmith shop. Okay, come on, that was a good one. I thought it was. Now you talk about the different nature of the color when you talk about heat on steel. We never talk about black hot, did we? You can see it looks no different from any of the steel in my shop, right? If I were to pick this up with my bare hand, I hold on to it for a split second. It would leave a mark to last a few weeks. For the memory. Last life. So don't get red hot, say at 1200 degrees. We're looking at least 1100 right here. So, am I gonna grab that nail with my bare hands? No! And that's because I like my fingers. I like these tongs too. They remind me what nice people blacksmiths are. Did y'all know back in those days there was no such thing as oh yeah, you got a loose tooth? No fret. Swing on by, visit me, I'll take care of you real quick. Open up, y'all, let me see. Go, ah. Let me see. Oh, looks like they beat me to it already. Now remember, next time I'm cheaper than a dentist, okay? Here you have it, folks. A colonial square nail.
Cool.
Now let's see if I nailed it. Y'all get the point?
Oh,
Good point.
he nailed it.
Now anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, or confessions?
Now this particular one I have, it's a pretty authentic looking weapon for a light crossbow in the early 16th century. The big difference between this and a warbow is going to be my draw weight. My draw weight on this piece is only 60 pounds. A good warbow will have a draw weight on it of 90 to 130 pounds. Now some of these draw weights really got severe, and the Spanish had a tool, it was called a goat's foot lever, that would assist them in bringing that drawstring back into place. Now the effective range of a crossbow is comparable to the matchlock musket Anthony shoots next door, right around 45-50 yards. But to get some elevation underneath of them, some of these could get you 80-90 yards out. Now, the projectiles we use for crossbows, they are not called arrows. I know it looks like an arrow. It's actually called a bolt or a quirl. It's a lot smaller than your standard arrow, and it's only fletched on two sides. When I load this weapon up in a minute, the bolt is going to have to lay flat in a groove on top of my stock. But fletching on three sides, that's not going to happen. Now, this is a really good example of a war bolt. Now, once you guys take a good look at the point, there are various types of war points out there. This one just happens to be my favorite. This point's known as the bodkin. Now, when this weapon's really popular, soldier chainmail. These bodkins are specifically designed to puncture chainmail. Now, in September 1565, when the Captain General of the Ocean Seas, Don Pedro Menendez de Avilés, I'm a huge fan, by the way, Pedro Menendez rock. He's gonna found our little seaside village on this field. St. Augustine's born right here. Now, when that event takes place, the armies of Spain have not used crossbows as primary weapons since the very early 16th century. But Pedro Menendez is going to bring 30 of these warbows, or ballestas as they were known as, with him on this expedition. A few months after the landings take place, he gets another 50 of these out of Mexico and sends them north to Fort San Mateo. Now, compare this weapon to that musket. A warbow is going to have a couple small advantages. First, an experienced soldier with a warbow can get 2, sometimes 3 bolts out of this inside of a minute. The Army standard to reload a matchlock in the 16th century, 40 seconds. So warbow's have a slightly higher rate of fire. But more importantly, warbows, they don't depend on black powder. Matchlocks do. Folks, this is Florida, and I cannot stress to you enough how unusually cool it is out here today. Because typically going into October, we are rocking triple digits. It's a very hot, very wet, very humid environment. Now, the powder back then, it's handmade. It is nowhere near as good as the industrialized black powder we use today. And because of the charcoal in it, it really can absorb moisture. Your powder goes bad, that musket, that thing turns into a 9-pound club just like that. Warbows don't have that issue. And that's what made them excellent backup weapons in the New World. All right, loading are simple. Flip her upside down, put your foot through the stirrup, pull back up on the drawstring. This one's got a real easy reload. No kayakers, take some of the pressure off.
Oh, yeah. Here.
You guys got the point, right?
My name's Anthony. What I'm going to be doing for you today is a demonstration of the smooth bore matchlock arquebus. Now, Pedro Menendez, the founder of St. Augustine, would have landed with 500 of these weapons in September of 1565. Now, while the Spanish were manufacturing these guns, they had 2 standards for the smiths making them. For one, they all need to be sturdy and reliable, so they need a solid hardwood stock. In typical Spanish fashion, this one's made from a single piece of walnut, and the barrel is forged from steel. Which, let me tell you what, on a rainy day when your gunpowder isn't working, the hardwood stock is pretty important, because the weapon was designed to be used as a 9-pound club. That's why the stock is shaped the way it is, and it has an iron butt plate, so it's actually quite formidable in close combat. The second standard was that each weapon had to come with its own matching bullet mold. When I say bullet, I'm really talking about a lead ball. You can see the matching bullet nailed to this post here. You see, unlike today, soldiers in the 16th century were not issued standardized firearms. Instead, they got their guns of different calibers or bullet sizes, usually somewhere around 50 or 60 caliber. This one in particular is chambered at exactly 62. So as a result, soldiers were expected to make their own bullets out of blocks of lead using that bullet mold. However, here in Florida, things were a little bit different. You see, this weapon was designed in the context of European warfare. That's fighting in open fields, in mass formations, you're shooting in volleys, and you're worried about puncturing plate armor most importantly. However, here in Florida, it's too hot to wear plate armor. Moreover, there's no open fields to fight in. Now you're fighting in dense woods and foot trails. So in order to accommodate for these close-quarter engagements, soldiers would not cast one large caliber ball meant to puncture plate armor. Instead, they will cast many smaller balls or pellets and use these weapons as escopeta or shotguns. You don't change anything about the weapon itself, you just load it a little bit differently.
Yep.
Now, it's called a match or firelock because of what I got in my other hand. This is a natural fiber cord or rope that's been soaked in a solution of potassium nitrate, also known as saltpeter, and water. When it dries out, it burns very, very hot, but very, very slowly. About a foot per hour on a windy day. Now, the weapon is a muzzleloader, just like the longer and heavier musket, which is actually a different weapon in this period. So everything will be loaded through the top or muzzle end of the gun. Charging powder, wadding, and bullet in that order. Your priming powder will go to a separate part called your priming pan. This bar underneath is your trigger mechanism. It controls this moving piece called the serpentine, and the serpentine's job is to hold this match. When the hot match makes contact with the priming powder in the pan, that powder is going to explode. The fire from that will travel through a tiny hole called the vent hole, igniting the powder inside the barrel, and that's what fires the weapon. This gun has an effective range of 45 to 50 yards, maximum range of 300 yards, and a soldier was trained to load this weapon in only 40 seconds or less. Now, in order to load, I'm going to start off with my pre-measured charge of 80 grain gunpowder. Now, the next step is going to be my wadding. Now, wadding back in Spain at the time is a prefabricated felt or cork plug that's been soaked in olive oil to make it kind of sticky. But here at the park, we just use handmade plugs of Spanish moss. Now I'm going to ram down the moss, no bullet, with something called the attacador or ramrod. Now that wadding was actually very, very important. For one, it keeps your powder nice and compressed. That's exactly how you want it. That's what gives it a nice gas seal to generate the energy to push the bullet out. And two, speaking of the bullet, it would actually keep it from rolling out, as the weapon is smooth bore. There's no rifling or grooves on the inside of that barrel to hold that bullet in place. Now before I prime the weapon, I'm going to prick the vent hole with a little tool called a pick, just to make sure there's nothing in my way. Now the last step is going to be to prime. Now your priming powder is a lot finer. It burns hotter and faster than charging powder does. The priming pan's got a bowl, so all I gotta do is fill the bowl up. Now I'm gonna tap on the stock just to make sure the powder gets seated and makes contact with the charge. I'm gonna close up my cover, my only safety, and now blow on the top to get rid of all that extra. Here comes the moment you've all been waiting for. There's gonna be two commands. Apunten for aim, fuego for fire. It's gonna be pretty loud like a shotgun, so now's a good time to cover your ears up. Here it comes, everybody. Apun! Punta! Fuego! Thank you.
Hi friends! If you're having fun, make sure to like and hit that subscribe button for more adventures. Click like before the fireworks begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.